was churning and yearning and burning and yearning till he died.
That has nothing to do with this show, y'all.
I know, but that's what's playing in my head on a loop.
Y'all, welcome to Pig Royalty. That's a 90-day fiance deep cut, happily ever after from a.
It's not even a deep cut. It was just a song you made up that I can't stop singing in my head because it's so stupid and also offensive. Because Mike's father,
is not
dead. And we also made up a story that he worked in a butter factory and died there.
Butter, because it's good for you.
Parquet.
Oh, golly. But
makes you smart.
But this is Pig Royalty.
This is Pig Royalty. That is much more important.
Season 1, episode 6.
This is a better show. I'm going out on a line.
On a line. This is episode 6, y'all.
Limb, not line. I'm going out on a line.
Let me tell them what fucking episode it is. It's episode 6. What's it called, Poodle?
I'm drunk with pizza.
You are drunk with pizza. What's it called?
Nugget's Dilemma.
Oh, good. I didn't think you would know.
You said good, like...
I'm proud for you. Okay, we're going to tell you something, y'all, and I hope it happens because we don't normally like to announce things before we haven't done it. But y'all know we scored an interview with Tyler, and that's going to happen we already did that, and that's going to happen on Monday.
Drop on Monday
night.
Tyler Parrish of Pig Royalty fame.
Yes, not Tyler Perry of Medea
He's next
fame.
week.
He wouldn't give us the time on his watch. Actually, he probably would. I already a nice guy.
I'm like, can you?
But he'd be like,
can you like throw a bunch of $100 bills at me for sport?
No. Hallelujah. But Poodle, what are we doing on Tuesday?
We are interviewing. When will this go up? I don't want to put something out there while
it's too late now.
Oh wait, I think we're doing it.
Yeah,
I think it's official.
We confirmed.
Y'all, we're interviewing Jody, Cammie, and most likely Keely Rihns.
Yes. That is hopefully happening.
Yes.
If Discovery doesn't tell us
If Discovery says, we tried to sue them.
Yeah. No more. Because their name was infringement or whatever. So we're excited about that. We told them that we would happily talk to Mackenzie and Michaela. Haven't heard a word.
Haven't heard back.
But we would love to. Love to. Anyway,
we haven't said that much about it. Now I that much bad about them, right? I sound like Hannah on the Summer House.
She's a mess.
I'm like, when did I say anything about your relationship,
She's a mess.
Kyle?
Bless her heart.
She's getting trashed.
She doesn't look good.
Yeah,
doesn't look good.
Didn't go good.
Didn't go good. But anyway, well, you've got the gay DD more than me today.
Stop it.
It's true. You are drunk on pizza.
Can't get comfortable.
This is what happens. I shouldn't have fed you pizza during the day.
No.
I should have done it at night.
It's like Gremlins. Pizza during the day makes me kind of kooky and weird. At night, it just makes me horny.
Gross. Wow. Air makes you horny.
That's true.
Can we just move on? Can we move on?
Yes.
Y'all, so we're going to talk. I got to say, I've watched... Well, have we watched we have watched every episode that's on right now, except for episode. Remember episode
Next
8
is episode. No,
Tuesday.
This is episode 6, so we need to do.
I know, but we watched
more.
7 too.
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna say there's not a bad episode in this show.
Agree.
That's all I want to say. You know, normally you're like, this was kind of like the middle
filler episode.
It was filler. No, thank you.
Yeah,
not this show.
90 Day Fiancé season 8. I'm looking at
like
you.
Episodes 8 through 13.
No, at least episode like 11 through 14 or 15 were filler episodes.
We do it for you, y'all. We do it for you. So, okay. We do it for those people who say, can y'all stay on track and not go on tangents?
Nope, never going to happen. So, y'all, we start this episode of Pig Royalty where a lot of life in the South and definitely in Texas starts at a high school football game.
Brought me back. I saw that mascot with the mask on. I would have worn that if I was when I was Bruno.
I missed.
Did you know that I was a mascot in high school?
I
don't know if I've ever mentioned.
It's tattooed on my back.
Y'all, I'm not conceited about a lot of things, but I was a good mascot.
Yeah. Didn't you go to mascot school or some shit?
I won a contest and marched in a parade in London, England. Hello, matey, I'm a Longhorn.
And they're like, wait, why were there... mascots can't be big over there.
Oh, it's huge.
No, they're not.
I don't know. It was like the Lord Windons of Falderall's
Exactly.
fanciful...
Fiddle-dee-dee and folderall.
Fiddly-dee.
And life is full of pussy.
And, no. No, it's just a fiddly-dee and Chauncey parade.
Yes.
That was offensive to British people. I'm sorry. Sorry. We really love Britain.
All three Balero girls, of course, were cheerleaders. That's a foregone conclusion. You didn't have to be psychic to know that.
They wear so much makeup now that they're unrecognizable from these pictures of them as high school cheerleaders.
I agree.
I never could have told you. I thought that was a different Mackenzie.
Yeah, she's the most different.
No, Mackenzie, you know who? Mackenzie really looks like her mother.
She does.
With the makeup and her dark hair, she like changed because she has her mom's eyes.
Oh, I think she has her mom's. She looks more like her dad.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, look at Roy next time. The Baleros are there because the Kane girls are, I believe they're in the band.
They are?
Yeah, something like that. And
they're there to support.
And they're like, yeah, the girls are doing lots of stuff. Their dad's like, the girls are doing lots of stuff right now. You know, they don't have a lot of time for pig stuff. And Michelle's like, well, my girls would finish cheerleading and go home and walk their pigs.
They cried. They called her Mimi and say what a horrible mom I was. And I said, I don't care. I don't care. You're going to walk that pig.
You're gonna appreciate me later. You're going to treat... You know, I can just see when you get out of high school, y'all girls are going to love me.
Pigs.
They hate her.
They hate her.
So
Michelle's like, it was a love-hate relationship. Don't know if there's a lot of love in there.
I love them, and they hated me.
It really is, y'all. I did listen to the interview with the producer on Kate Casey's show, and something you haven't listened to it yet,
Not
but
yet.
it's great, and the shout-out was very sweet. He says, which I do think is true, he said the thing that Jody and Michelle have in common, they love their girls.
They love their kids.
And Michelle does. And that is, Tyler brought this up once, that is what's a little heartbreaking is they both love their kids. And it's such a great example of how we can demonstrate our love in different ways.
Right.
It's just the juxtaposition of both.
Michelle is always giving her kids material things. And there's a little bit of time stuff. But for Jody, it's about we're going to do this as a family. We're going to have family time. Everyone's going to and there's also Jody doesn't expect anything in return for it.
That's
not like Michelle. She's like, this is all on me, girls. You're welcome.
Well, Michelle needs the validation, where
Right.
Jody doesn't. Where on that spectrum of Jody Rihns to Michelle Balero is Mother Poodle?
She's probably much closer to Jody.
Good.
Jody reminds me a lot of my mother.
Oh, okay.
Even though my mother's much older than Jody. And I think I'm actually older than Jody.
I think you are.
You're Jody's age.
No.
Sorry to tell
I
you.
think I'm younger than Jody, or maybe right at the same age, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're definitely older than us.
18 months older than you. I don't know why I have to keep saying it. It's ridiculous. Actually, less than that. Less than 18 months.
Sure.
Like
What,
1 week less.
17 and 3 weeks, whatever.
Yes, 17 and 3/4.
Wow.
Yes.
So you're going to use time frames that you use when children are babies or toddlers?
Because I would say his dick is 8 and 7 inches long.
No,
7/8
dicks
inches
is
long.
different. A quarter inch on a dick is a
lifetime.
It's a lifetime. Yes, it can change everything.
In a moment, you can change everything.
It's true.
A quarter inch can mean the world.
It's true.
So
anyway, Kane pulls Michelle's side. He's like, listen. He kind of reminds me of your dad. Listen, friend. I know there's some stuff that went down in Dripping Springs, or is they just called Dripping?
Dripping?
That's what they called Poodle in college. There goes Dripping.
Don't make fun of my booby.
Anyways, there was a misunderstanding on my part, and I'm
I
sorry that
talked
all
to
went
her.
down. And this is what Michelle does. Y'all, I don't mean this to sound offensive, but Michelle's a mouth breather. And I mean, no, literally, she breathes out her mouth the whole time.
She does.
So she's just like...
It does look like that, yeah.
And she's looking up, and she's like, well, that was sweet of him, but he didn't need to bother. Whatever happens between me
That's
and
me
Jody.
and Jody.
Me and Jody. Me and Jody.
So the next scene is Mandy and Jody, and they're talking about Brandon, and they're talking about her divorce, that they're talking about her and Kristen are thinking about getting a divorce.
She's kind of telling her everything of what's going on. Like,
and they were high school friends, y'all. Remember that?
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know if Brandon wants to do this anymore. Kristen's throwing around the D word, and Jody's like, I didn't have any idea. And then Jody said, we do this to have fun and raise our kids with a work ethic. That's why we do this. So maybe Brandon can hang out with us some.
Work with Josh a little bit.
We can chill him out.
Bring out his passion.
Make it happen.
Oh, speaking of bringing out my passion.
Oh, no. Are we going to talk about your hickey again? I mean, what 47-year-old adult has a hickey?
Sometimes they just go for my neck. It's irresistible. It's swan-like features. Elongated, beautiful neck. They just have to do something to it.
Do you think? And I don't mean this in a sex shaming way, in a more just practicality. What age do you think is too old to have a hickey?
Oh, this age, definitely. No, you're right. I'm aware. I have a lot of perspective on myself, y'all.
What would Mother Poodle say, actually?
Horrified. She'd be absolutely horrified. You know, I was walking around the city of Los Angeles today with a hickey on my neck.
So as part of that, like where we grew up, I remember, y'all, I once got a hickey, but I got a hickey because no one ever wanted to make out with me. Instead, I had
Use the vacuum cleaner?
My mama had this little thing. I thought it was like when you had a bee sting or a wasp sting, you would stick it on it and pull it, and it would kind of suction your skin.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was just like a kid in the 5th grade, and I thought it was kind of cool. And so I was just using it on my skin, and I put it on my neck, and I just let it sit there for like 2 minutes.
Oh, no.
And it left a huge, I didn't know.
Hickey bruise.
Huge purple hickey.
There's a lot of blood vessels in your neck. And y'all, if someone's kissing your neck, they will give you a hickey.
And of course I had a hickey, and I wore a turtleneck the next day.
And people were like, why are you wearing a turtleneck?
Because, of course, it shot up to like 75 degrees that day.
And it was 70, and it was July.
And I was told, well, this is going to school. And I was told, and at the time I was dating Rayanne Willingham, we never did anything. We were just friends. I mean, her grandma just died. So I'm sending some love.
Let's move this. Let's move this along.
She lives in Dallas now. But anyway, so Dustin Mosier, who's now a professional wrestler, he pushed down.
Of course he is.
Oh, he is.
Of course he is.
I think his name, professional name is like Flamin' Cheeto.
We got to get through here.
Something Russian, but he's not Russian.
You're almost there. I'm pulling it out of you.
He pulled down my turtleneck, and he's like, Matt Moore's got a hickey. And then everybody started this gossip about Rayanne, and I felt terrible because we hadn't even kissed yet. We had just hugged.
Part of you,
because we started dating because we both loved to read R.L. Stein Goosebumps books together. So that's why we were dating to begin with.
Is that why you start dating someone in your world?
In the 5th grade, yeah. And I liked her caboodle. I wanted a caboodle, and I never got one.
I didn't date anyone in the 5th grade. I thought you're way too young to date in the 5th grade.
Oh, I needed a girlfriend all the time. Get them off the scent.
We said going together. So-and-so's going with so-and-so.
Yeah, that's what we'd say, going with someone.
Yeah. No one dated until like you were 13 or 14 at least.
Well, thank God for Nurse Jan, because she looked at it and told me to put some ice on it. And she told the teacher, she said, that can't be a real hickey because it's a perfect circle. Nobody mouse does that. And so Nurse Jan cleared my name. It was a thing in the school. The teachers are talking about it.
Why would the teachers want to talk about this?
They thought we were 5th graders doing some heavy making out.
Why is it their business? We need to move on. I'm concerned.
Mrs. Daffrin was very...
Daffrin?
Oh, great science teacher.
What kind of a name is that? I can't be waylaid.
Anyway, y'all, don't put a bee sting thing on your neck.
All day if more stories.
I've heard that Dustin Mosier's a good wrestler.
Let's move on. So they basically say, "You mean the world to me."
My brother bought his dog from him.
We need to go on.
Go on.
That's it. By the way, that's your allotment. You blew your load in one setting. I will veto every Oklahoma story from here on out. That was ridiculous. So the Balero girls, y'all, we find out they started getting makeup and hair and all that stuff in the 6th grade. They were doing all of that.
My friends did more like 8th grade.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You're 13. I get it. You're a teenager.
Not in the 6th grade.
Well, you're 12 in the 6th grade.
Yeah, maybe. No, you're 11.
No, because you're 14 in your freshman year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're... Oh, they did it young.
Yeah. And I think I was like, in the 6th grade, I was like 11. When you
started wearing makeup?
I would have been mortified to wear makeup.
Oh.
I did. My mother one time caught me. I was trying to she had makeup on and I was just like, I wasn't even putting it on my face, but I was just like putting it on like a paper towel or something and just looking at the colors.
And what'd she say to you?
She's like, what do you do? Why are you playing in my makeup? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, this is not for children.
Oh, well, at least she didn't say for boys.
No, she didn't say that.
Children.
She's like, what are you doing messing around in here?
She was mainly pissed off that she spent $8 on that bottle of L'Oreal and you just used it on a fucking paper towel.
That, and she didn't like anyone messing in her space. She still does. Still doesn't like anyone messing in her space.
It's every episode of doing this podcast with you. Just
you learn.
You're just your mother made over.
I don't like people messing in my space either.
To a T.
Anyway, so they are the Balero girls are teaching all the other showgirls. She says, makeup tips and tricks. Y'all are so lucky we're teaching you all these makeup tips and tricks.
Y'all.
Yeah, it looks a little pageanty to me. All looks a little pageanty to me.
I personally don't think...
They wear too much highlighter, too.
That's the thing with the Kardashians that's come about now is everybody does face contouring like drag queens.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do this.
Especially with girls who are 13, 14, 15.
You can see the line down. Y'all, I'm going to give you some advice. And if you want some makeup advice, come at me on Cameo. But if you want to hear it from the gospel now, the high school girls don't need a lot of makeup.
No.
A lot of times they don't even need concealer.
Right.
Because you don't have bags under your eyes at that age. All you need is a tinted sunscreen.
Yep.
Some eyeshadow, some mascara.
Yeah.
And
maybe
then
some evening out foundation that's not too heavy.
Well, that's a tinted sunscreen.
Right. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Don't go in your lane if you don't know what
you're right. I'll
about.
Be quiet.
It's fine.
I'm just going to sit over here and eat cigarette butts. I know where I'm not wanted.
Anyway, well, no, but
Move
I think
this along.
Poodle say little blush, maybe some bronzer. That's it. That's it.
Right.
And your scented sunscreen, you should put on around the center of your face, above your eyes, under your eyes, your nose, your chin, and you should spread it out to the rest of your face, so you don't get that line on your cheek.
Oh, that like ventriloquist dummy line.
And now, granted, I know that they're doing shows.
Yeah.
But still,
you don't want to look like painted babies.
They're doing this brown bronzer shit on their cheeks.
It's bad.
Like those poor Kane girls.
And
that one, she had a white mask on her face surrounded by just like shit on her head. Literally just doo-doo.
She looked like a clown. She looked like a clown.
She looked
poor
like
thing.
She had stuck her face in like an oven or a fire and it burned, and then they tried to fix it with white powder.
And
the edges had brown.
And both of them are pretty girls. They're both, and I like Jordan saying, I kind of think this is more about showing the pig than putting makeup on.
I think so too. And do they do anything like, I understand looking presentable, having your clothes pressed, looking, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But then when you're critiquing critiquing someone's face. Nobody said anything to Nugget. So let's talk about Jordan was wearing. I know Jordan. She might want to cover up her skin and stuff, but she was wearing so much makeup. She was right. She would sweat that off in 3 minutes,
especially outside. And Nugget, y'all, is kind of having a dark night of the soul.
Well, it's called Nugget's Dilemma.
And he's like, "This is all bullshit. I don't want to be on a show team anymore. It's stupid, and there are no girls. It's all drama." And Teresa's like, "You're bigger and better than that."
Yeah.
She's a real something for a mom.
Nugget says this is all bullshit.
Right.
Y'all, when Nugget cusses, what I've decided? Nugget is an old soul.
He is.
He's an old soul in there.
Nugget, this is a little bit of a spoiler for what we're going to release. We played a lightning round with Tyler Parrish, and which is all we are wont to do. We give like one word answers, and we mention Nugget, and you know what he said? Kind. Tyler said Nugget was kind.
Talked about Nugget too, but we're not going to tell them that. We're going to let them listen to the show and not give them everything.
Fine.
God, you just hate foreplay, don't you?
Come on, fuck me. Find the hole.
Wow. That's a birdie. Anyway, y'all. So Nugget says, it's bullshit. I don't like this team. She's mean to you. She's mean to me. And I don't want to be on this show team anymore.
Yep. Because she'd just been nasty to him a couple times in the previous episode. And
Teresa said, would you leave the Balero show team to leave to another team?
He said, yep.
And he shakes his head yes. And I go,
I know. Y'all, we know you're thinking it, and we're thinking it too. And
it might be in some of our interviews. We don't. I think if that could happen, maybe it'll happen in episode 8.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think if it does, Michelle will lose her goddamn mind.
She will actually. At the end of Sleeping Beauty, where Maleficent turns into a dragon, she'll do that, but she'll just turn into a giant fire-breathing pig. Just That's what she's going to do. And just pig shit coming at her ass. Just spraying on everybody.
Just sprays the stands
of
observers. Everyone's just got pig shit covered to their face.
Mackenzie's just sitting there, just blinking.
And she goes, "It's for the kids."
That's what she said. And for the kids.
I would beg for that to happen. So the Rihns basically are they're doing some kind of team meeting. Looks like for just the boys, and Josh is helping Brandon like he said he would, and Josh is really saying, "Do you want to do this?" Because Brandon, Brandon's a teenage boy, and he's at that time of that time of when boys and girls kind of hate themselves.
Yeah, and they also don't know what. Like, I don't mean this in a weird way because I'm older, but at least where I'm from, like he's a cute high school boy too. But sometimes too, like they're getting attention. They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, he plays football. He's probably popular.
And he's kind of in a shitty place too because he's injured. He can't do everything he wants to. He feels like he's missing out on things.
Yeah.
So he's got a kind of a shitty attitude. I went through one of those from about 10 to about
42.
I was going to let you fill that in. You're welcome. No, I was going to say 10 to like 13. My mother will say more like when you were like 19.
Wow.
Cool.
What's the biggest fight you and your mother ever had? Or is it too personal?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Did you ever have like when you would storm out of the room and slam the door?
Yeah, but I can't think of a lot of specific types of fights.
Would you get mad over simple, small things?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, in our house, that was what it was. There were no...
So never big things.
No, because you diffused. Big things mean you've taken the time to like swallow it. And in our family, you just vomited out exactly, reacted to everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't about... And I think I had one fight when she was late for everything. And she's like, fine, I'm a terrible mother. And I didn't take the bait and go, well, you know what? Sometimes I could ask for that in a mother. And it was...
You said...
I could ask... Sometimes I wish I did have a different mother or something like that. And my mother just burst into tears. She didn't talk to me for a while. Yeah. It was scary. I think I was like 10 or 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Did you feel horrible?
Oh, yeah. I felt like garbage.
That's one time my mom, she fibbed to me about something.
She lied to you.
She lied to me.
Thank you.
And I told her, I said, Mom, this is when I was older. And I said, Mom, I just can't. I was shocked. And I said, I can't believe you did that. Because I called her on it. I said, did you lie? And she lied to me and said she lied about the lie. Mm-hmm. And when I called her, I said, when you say that, it makes me think that all that stuff Dad said about you was true. Oh, man. That was not a good thing to say. It was the same thing.
Well, also, the fact that your father was talking about your mother to you after he had been divorced.
They had a rough divorce, y'all.
Yeah.
They get along now. I apologized to my mother.
I would
she
hope so.
apologized to me.
So anyway, y'all...
I think we got along good with our mothers for being little gay boys. Some gay boys...
That's true.
Mom, yeah.
I think yours was a little too close, but that's okay. The breastfeeding till you were 12.
Well, yours could have been a little more nurturing.
So, y'all, the Balero, over at the Baleros, Mackenzie is coaching Jordan, and she's like, what do we do about this? What is the pig doing? Like, the pig is kind of like, I wrote down swearing or swaying.
It was screaming.
Screaming.
Pig was going,
that's the word. What do we do about the pig, the screaming? And Mackenzie's like, I think the pig just hates her. Or I'm sorry, I wrote the pig hates Mackenzie. That's what it is.
Well, Jordan says, she's like, I don't think the coaching's is really going.
I agree. And she's charging him $50 an hour.
$50 an hour, we find it. And Mackenzie said, well, I think you're improving a lot. And we cut to Jordan, who says, I think we're wasting each other's time.
Exactly. And I think I wrote down, this is bullshit kind of coaching or teaching, because you should never make the student feel consistently demoralized. And if that's happening, it's not the right relationship. If you have kids, or even if you're studying with someone, and I know with my students, I'll be tough on them sometimes, but I'm never out to make them feel bad about themselves.
No, you're not. And I've taken lessons from you. You're not.
But this is,
and she doesn't really do it in this clip, but
yeah, she does. She's not a good
every
teacher.
time we've seen Mackenzie, she's just.
She's judging and making fun of people.
It's kind of what they talked about earlier. Who was it? Oh, I mean, Tyler says this. I think it's in this episode. Well, but he says, like, when you call someone an idiot.
Yeah, I think that's the next episode.
That's
but yeah,
like
they call Nugget an idiot. Michelle calls Nugget an idiot,
and that's a horrible thing to say to someone.
So they're getting ready to go to the Colton Tatsche Memorial.
And yes, I just want to say, and yes,
Colson.
Poodle calls me that all the time, but. That's different.
Exactly.
I know that really is when he.
I've actually tried not. I try not to call you that.
Oh, I don't mind it at all. Because
but I don't want to do it.
Idiot. That means I want to love you, but I don't know how. That's what I hear.
It's not. I'm glad you hear it that way. That's fine. You can hear it any way you want. I know how I mean it.
But children, really, it's.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So they're going to the memorial, and Michelle kept saying, it's a clusterfuck in here. How are we going to get pins? How are we going to get pins? And then she's like, don't let them have your pins. You got to sit on those
this
pins.
Man comes in and he's like, these are our pins. Golly! She tells everybody sit here, nobody move. And Michaela's like, it's clusterfuck. Y'all take a drink every time they say
that clusterfuck was there.
It's a clusterfuck at the Colton Tatsche Memorial. These names are take me back.
Colton Tatsche. Yeah.
Colton Tatsche. Y'all, this has made me realize that people where I'm from have weird fucking names.
They do.
Weird. I don't know why.
I think a lot of it, a lot of them are older immigration names or foreign names.
Do you know how many Coltons and Colstons and Colstons and all I know?
Yeah, I'm sure. They are kind of weird when you put them together, though.
Anyway, but I will say, Michelle's like, we get a little bit of insight. I just want to say this was interesting to me. Y'all, I didn't realize they have to, again, y'all heard my story last episode about trying to herd a pig. It's hard already, just that. Okay.
Right.
And then it shows that Michelle, they're lifting the hay in. Like,
oh, it's work.
It is fucking hard work.
I agree.
They got up at 4:49 to get. I mean, it's a lot of work. Of course, then you hear Teresa. I told y'all to get up earlier
because they.
And Michelle's like, thanks, Teresa.
Teresa is that person. You know, I said this last night.
Yeah, I said this, Michelle.
Anyway, but Michelle says I think this is to Nugget. You better be aggressive or you don't get lunch. And y'all, if you would have told me that when I was like a 9-year-old or 10-year-old boy that I wasn't going to get lunch, wouldn't have been happy.
Maybe I'm just not used to competition in this way, but I mean, and the Rihns do it too. The Baleros do it way more, but I just always was told by my parents, you do well, do your best, work really hard and do your best.
Doesn't matter if you win or not?
I was never told by my parents, do really well and you win. I was never told that. Were you?
No, I wasn't.
And
I wasn't. My
don't love
my
that
parents
they
just
do
said
that.
do your best.
I don't. Granted, the Rihns are more supportive about it, but still, even when they say it, but maybe that's just
like we're going to win.
But maybe I'm just not. We didn't do like competitive sports, so I guess a sport more is. I think you're there to win.
I think the stakes are higher. We're in this part of Texas for these people.
Well, it's true. It's their family legacy.
Yeah.
Where we were like playing piano competitions and singing, and our parents were like, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing."
I think it's their family business too, so the stakes are higher.
That's just a lot for a child to have the family's legacy on their shoulders.
I also want to say that I think a lot of that has to do with the documentary and the show. When they keep saying, "Tell us how much you want to win." It's kind of like when we go for reality shows and for auditioning for like competition shows.
They make us act really
gay. No, we do that anyway. But whenever I've been on game shows or anything like that, they say, "Tell us how competitive you are."
They do.
Tell
Every
us
game
and
show,
blah
they
blah
want you
blah.
to be competitive.
That's not a problem for me because I am really competitive. That's why I make a really good game.
I'm not
game
at
show
all.
contestant.
That's why when
you have to turn it on.
I just tell them it is. Yeah.
I know you can see it in my face when I'm on the camera. Like when a guy when I was on Best Quiz Show Ever or Best Ever Trivia Show, and the guy picked the category that I didn't want to answer questions in. I looked to the sky and rolled my eyes on camera.
You did. You did. You did.
Oh, you're always going to get... That's the thing. When I'm on television, y'all, I'm a little worried about it, too.
Poodle's like baby girl Lisa.
You're going to get to see...
Whoa, dog and poodle.
You will see every facial expression. You will know what I'm thinking.
That's why we don't get gigs. Because he can't keep it together.
Yep. I'm going to get... Anyway.
So there's... Anyway.
Did you notice...
What?
A big change happened in this episode. And it involved Michelle. She decided to get coral lipstick. Did you notice that coral?
It was a very coral lipstick.
It happened, and then she's done it for the rest of the time.
I think she's trying to amp up her makeup game.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort.
It's just...
But coral's not
It was
for
a
her.
little clowny.
She needs to stick to pinks.
Yeah.
Some blushes.
I kind of... My eyes bugged out of my head when first I was like, whoa, coral.
Yeah. When you've got pale skin with the pink.
Yeah.
Browns, like even bronzers, you got to be careful.
Probably one of the daughters says you can pull this off. And Mackenzie's like, we're going to make her look ridiculous.
I'm sure Mackenzie gave it to her as a gift. Mama, I bought this for you. It looks so pretty. So now, y'all, real quick, Mandy and Kristen both show up, and they're trying to be
because they're separated.
They're separated, but they're doing it for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. And so, I mean, that's really kind of it. And then we jump into the junior showmanship.
Drive. Find the hole.
Cannon is up and Nugget is up. And I just say,
and everyone's screaming.
That would make me. My mom didn't do that. I know your mom. That would make me mess up so badly.
My mother yelled at mostly at the refs or when we were doing something. Yes. Yeah.
Would it affect your performance?
It'd make me embarrassed.
So would it affect your performance?
Yes.
In a positive or negative way?
I wasn't good anyway. So.
Potato.
Yeah. Usually I was just like, Mom, and then I would be running down the field and I'd miss the ball, and she's like, "Call." if I heard that, then I would just go, "Water break." Can I get a Capri Sun, please, Coach?
Y'all, I was that kid who always wanted a Capri Sun before the game ended.
Oh my God!
Always, I wanted to get it at halftime. Always.
You wanted to get yours because
like,
you only had one?
Right now, it's like, I want another one. And I always loved it when we brought the Capri Suns, and if there was any extra, I would get one. Because that's the only time my mama would buy it.
Yeah.
Just sugar and juice.
She was right.
But it's in that little packet.
Anyway, so guess what? The thing is, no one, not Nugget nor Cannon, Nugget nor Cannon win.
Well, but Cannon advances to the finals.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Didn't he?
No, that's next episode. This is the problem when we watch two episodes.
We did watch. Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, why don't you look at your notes?
Hey, you did this last episode, and I didn't say a word.
You regaled me.
I did not. I don't even know what regaled means.
The Balero girls, they're bitching about Nugget. They're like, I just, he did terrible today.
I think he did advance this one. Did he not?
No, that's the next one.
Okay.
Anyway, Mackenzie's not there because Michelle says, she is celebrating Halloween with her boyfriend. And Mackenzie's like, I had asked all for this, and we are celebrating with my boyfriend and his nephew.
Now, look. If you are paid to coach someone,
I agree. You should be there.
You show up.
Yeah. What did she go as?
Okay. It's either she went as, I'm going to slutty pirate.
Oh, that's a good one.
What do you think?
I was really leaning towards NASCAR driver.
But slutty NASCAR driver?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. I would say, or potentially, slutty Kardashian.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
She would do that. Nothing where she had to look ugly.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, she's not going to be a mummy.
She would be a slutty zombie, y'all, but it would be really hot zombie makeup.
But really, but like, you would only know she's a zombie when she told you, I'm a zombie.
I'm a zombie. Dude, I'm a zombie.
I agree. Yes.
Anyway, something slutty, y'all. So, which is fine. Do that.
Be slutty.
Be you. We're sex positive.
So anyway, I'm celebrating Halloween.
Mackenzie, if you went as a fucking ghost with like a blanket over your entire body, come at us. We're shook.
I really enjoy the terminology of she is celebrating Halloween like it's a very like a very religious holiday for
like
her.
It's Easter.
Mackenzie is off celebrating Passover.
Isn't that what Michelle said?
What?
Who said celebrating? Who actually said it?
I think
it's Michelle who said
Michelle
she's celebrating
She is celebrating Halloween right now.
Then that's what we see the type. I know that Mackenzie's older, but you see the parenting style with Michelle. The difference is
she made a deal with her, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
There's no accountability or repercussions for her children.
Right.
When they mess up or do something wrong, she just yells at them. They don't get grounded.
Right.
They don't get things. And I know Mackenzie's an adult, but still.
I agree.
I don't care if Keely was fucking 20 years old. Do you think Jody would let that pass?
No. And you notice she said that, Mackenzie's like, I don't really talk to my mom.
Oh my!
She said that. Yeah, I don't really talk to my mom, so
like,
I don't know.
I don't see my mom. I ignore my
mom.
I don't
talk to
really
her.
Talk. And I thought, this is poor Michelle. Just wants to be loved,
and she's gonna. Can you imagine being Michelle and seeing that interview from Mackenzie?
Oh,
You think she said worse things to her?
Well, for sure. With Michelle, I kind of stand where Tyler does. I think Michelle can be pretty horrible, and I feel very sorry for her. Like, I just think she's got to... The only thing that I thought was, and we see this a little bit later, the only thing that I thought that's kind of a bright light is Michelle. Her and her husband seem to love one another.
Yeah, I think I agree.
And I'm glad she at least has that support.
Yeah. So Jordan's mother whose name is Kim, is running around there, and I love Kim.
I like Kim
because she's
too.
got her daughter as her biggest concern, and then Jordan got second in something, and Michaela's kind of running her mouth saying, "You know what? No one was prepared today. No one. Though she's like, no one was prepared. We're going to have to coach everyone a little bit harder.
We did horrible." Meanwhile, Jody is popping Brandon's zit. Y'all, I'm that person. I will pop your zit. I don't mind.
That was a lot for me.
Would you pop someone's zit?
No. I you know what? I would let them...
I've popped a zit of yours before.
I know, but I would let them just let it happen. I'm not going to do that to someone. I think that's an extreme thing to do to someone.
If you were going out on stage and you had a pimple on your neck and you couldn't pop it, I'd pop it for you. I'm glad you would just let me go out looking like Putz face.
I would prefer if you would put some maybe witch hazel on it.
We don't have time for your woo-woo shit.
Well, I'm saying...
We would put lavender on it. What if you're going out on stage?
What if it got infected?
Then you die and it was worth it because you look good on stage.
Point made.
Thank you.
So...
Brandon's having a turnaround.
Yeah.
He's saying be with the Rihns.
And he wins third place.
Make me love it more. In the middleweight cross competition, he gets third. And Mandy is over the moon.
Did you notice what she said? And she's like, this is great. This is a big thing for us, because she kind of tears up. She's like, we were discriminated against before people even knew they were discriminated against something.
I'm going to talk about that kind of next episode too. Yeah. Because this show, their story is making me forget how homophobic this is. You just forget.
Yeah.
You move away from it and you think things are better.
Right.
And they are for a lot of people, but they're not.
What's interesting,
they're still hard.
You guys, is this show started out to be about the Baleros and the kind of the glitz and the politics of the world of stock shows. It winds up being about a family rivalry, a lesbian couple who is breaking up, and also about a gay kid who is also in pig shows, finding a surrogate family, and also about
teenage girls trying to find themselves and express themselves the way they want.
I would have had that's why, y'all, this show is my favorite show of 2021. It's all of these things.
You never said that.
I want to destroy you. I want to slam your head against the wall.
It's for the kids.
Next time you say,
"It's for the kids." It's for the kids.
Why'd you shit on me?
Mama, stop shitting on me.
So the Rihns, they're basically saying their next stock show is canceled, but basically because of COVID. And Jody says, we're going to put on our own show.
She has this idea
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, they know the Tyler Bowman's people.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it there. It's a great place. Tyler's getting the buckles, and Jody says, I want to show Michelle what a real show is. And Kyle's calling the judge, or Tyler's calling the judges. And then everything looks like it's good to go. And then we see Jody on the phone, and she's crying because Jody's like my mom in that. When my mom cries sometimes at sad things, but my mom cries when she is pissed.
Oh.
If she's pissed, she kind of silently cries and talks to you quietly, and you know that shit is about to hit the fan.
Wow. That's scary. My mother goes, "You better get out of here right now." It's really low and her jaw's clenched. You get that out of my face.
You said that like Kalani's dead.
Oh.
Hey, Kalani.
Come here, you better come with me.
I want to talk to you, son.
We're going to throw you off a long off of a short pier. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all. 90
Little
days
sling blade.
90 days fiance talk. Well, so
we find out that Michelle, through the grapevine, they found out Michelle is boycotting the Rihns show.
And that they're finding out
She's telling other people not to go. So they're like,
what do you think about that?
People, that's shitty. Now,
especially since they went to her show.
And not to pretend to preface about the next episode, but Michelle says, "No, I'm not. I've never said anything like that." But I guarantee you, she probably said to her friends when she called them, said, "Yeah, we're not going. No, I'm not going to go to trashy people's shows."
She said the producer said, "You decided not to go to the Rihns show," and she's like, "We decided not to go. We just don't want the drama. If I can avoid any ugliness, I'm going to do that."
Right. But the way she talked about it, it made other people pull out of the
And he's like,
show.
"Did you talk to anyone else?" "No, I did not."
No, I did not. And it was
and Jody
it's invite
now
only.
is like, it's in game. I want to talk to her.
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah. She's Mother Debbie Dunn, y'all. And she says, "There will be a time and a place where I will talk to Michelle, and I'm looking forward to it." I pray that happens in episode 8. It has to.
It has to. If this doesn't happen in episode 8, then
I'm
why
gonna
are we here?
Go burn the network down.
No, you can't. We've tried. Discovery Plus will sue you. You're going to take it like you like it.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yes, that is my rolling pin. Oh, thank you. So, okay. So, y'all, Mandy and Kristen basically, they're having a come to Jesus moment here.
Right, and they decide not to get a divorce.
Decide not to get a... Now, again, this is when they talk about... Mandy says, when you were little, did you imagine your wedding?
This made me cry.
It made me teary.
Did you imagine your wedding to a woman?
I did imagine my
I did not imagine mine at all.
I did.
I don't think I still do.
I don't think he still do. Maybe. Sometimes I've caught a glimmer. But my wedding, if I had one, would be so non-traditional. It would barely be a wedding. There'd be some weird shit at that wedding.
I honestly don't want this sound makes me sound like what's his name who didn't want family at the wedding. And it's not that I don't want my family there, but I want it done in a way. I think the ceremony feels like something that should be for us. And then go out and have a big reception with the family.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Or if I did have family there, it would be like immediate family and their immediate family.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to do a big thing. You probably planned it with you probably thought about what the bride's dress was going to look like and what shirt and how big of a shirt. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I never even thought about that as a child.
Well, Mandy, whereas Kristen was like me, she did. And Mandy said, I never thought about it.
Now that especially for a girl in Texas,
and
it's a big deal.
And then I fell in love with you.
And then I did.
And then that changed everything. And she said,
I teared up.
And she said, I feel like you throw around the D word. And then, but Mandy said, you make me a better person. And then finally Kristen starts crying. And she says, and I think we said earlier, this is not about pigs.
No.
It's about something else. And Kristen brings up how hard it is to be a lesbian couple in this rural, I can't say the word. Rural. How hard it is to be a lesbian couple in this rural part of Texas.
Yeah.
And she says, because y'all, I don't know if you get it.
I think they get it.
But no, I don't think you understand that. Like, I remember, and this was 20 years ago, but it was a little better when I was like in the music school. But when I would go out in Dallas, even unless I was in like right in the pocket of the gay area or in college, but like let's say I was driving to get gas, I was worried someone might beat me up.
Yeah.
I always, every single day, worried about my safety.
That's it.
I wouldn't be like that now.
No, but I'm saying that's so weird because I didn't. I thought I thought I could pass. Well, I thought I did, and I think, and I nowadays when there's sometimes back in South Carolina where I'll be at certain places and I'm like, this looks a little intense.
No, I still get that way. And
Yeah.
now it's on another level for me because my partner is black. So then
it's a whole other
that's
list of things.
That actually is way more.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm way more concerned about that than, but anyway, it brought that back in me. I think for Chris, y'all, every day when you're in a small town and you're queer, every day that you get up and be yourself.
It's the coming out.
Is an activist. It's a coming out. It's an act of activism in your community because there's always going to be somebody who at your church is going to or doesn't know you.
Say, I don't approve of this, but I love you anyway.
I love the sin, hate the sinner.
Right.
All of that bullshit.
We're not having. We know we're not having to preach to the choir because if you're listening to this, you get us.
But I do hope that some of you understand that are straight might think, oh, but being gay is not as a big deal. Opinions are changing on that. But
in small town Texas, it's not.
Small towns and in the South, and even
in small town California.
And so I think this is what this is about. It's that for Kristen, it's hard to show up every day against that.
Right.
It gets on you and it wears on you.
And the pig show world, they've got to come across that
would trigger me.
Yeah, a lot of pushback about who they are.
Like somebody said, "Oh, y'all should go to," and we said, "I'll go to a pig show," and then I said it, and I went, "Ooh, will I be safe there?"
Yeah, no, it's true.
I'd make sure Ryan Rash was there. They get him first. Get the one with the makeup.
Yeah, I think we wouldn't be the first.
We weren't the first.
Yeah. So Kristen says, "Pack your shit and come home," in the nicest possible way.
It's really sweet because it reminded me, Poodle. How many times have you told a guy, "Pack my shit"?
That's gross. You know what? That triggers me because that's like a joke that you hear. How do you know a gay guy? They always have their shit packed. You've never heard that
joke?
Yeah,
I've heard that term, fudge packer.
No, it's a gross joke that people say.
I'm sorry.
You're just in it today to just.
What happened? As I'm switching, it's like I'm saying the things that are being irreverent.
No, it's not even irreverent. It's offensive.
Sorry.
Anyway, the Baleros, y'all. Kim, Jordan's mom, goes over there and says, "We need to talk about uniforms." I love how ballsy this is.
I love her mom. Love her.
And then she's like, and she also, I want to pay for good coaching, and and Michelle's like, it's gonna be hard to have this conversation with Mackenzie. I'm like, because Mackenzie's gonna scream at you.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to have this conversation. I don't want her to be upset.
And Michelle cries.
Yeah. And that's because, y'all, she's afraid of her own daughter.
Yeah, she is.
And no parent should be afraid of their child.
Speaking of the next season, or next scene when we're all afraid, is Michelle's. There's an ambulance there.
We see this happens next, but
she's going.
It ends. Yes, it ends with Michelle getting into an ambulance,
and she's been taken away in an ambulance. That's all we know, guys.
I bet you're.
What do you think it is? Panic. I thought panic attack.
I thought panic attack.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
My mouth dropped though when I saw it. When I watched it. Did yours?
On the next episode of Big Royalty, no, I was. I should say I knew what was happening. I read a spoiler.
Because you read a spoiler. Can you not?
It just happened.
You know, I want to have some authenticity for our show.
I could have said yes. I was so shocked.
Why are we even here?
No, it's like when I say, "What are we even doing?
What are we doing?"
That's the show, y'all.
That's the show, everybody. Remember,
I gotta pee.
Tuesday night show is going to air, so we're excited about the finale on Tuesday night. You can go to realitygazepodcast.com.
.net.
You can find Poodle and myself on Cameo. If you like this show, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. You can leave 5 stars. We appreciate it. Don't forget your merch.
We got merch coming up.
It's supposed to be this week. We had new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right, you said you're going to have it.
Look right up.
Okay. Well,
We got Poodle Home Collection. Who gives a shit pillows? Who
We
gives
do.
a shit mugs?
have you gotten your Who's Gives a Shit pillow? Because it goes to a charity.
Yeah, all of our merch, all of our proceeds from our merch go to charity. And this month's charity, we can officially announce.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. I
Because it's
wanna
May Day,
clarify.
y'all. It's May.
It's May
1st.
Day. It's gonna be May.
Gotta bang May.
Here, let me find this because I want to read this exactly.
May is a day for giving.
It's me. What is that? It's me. It's me. The darling month of May.
Oh, it
The
is?
lusty month of May. The lusty month
Is
of
that-
May.
is that,
Dun, dun, dun,
Pirates
dun,
of
dun, dun, dun,
Penzance?
dun. No, it's Camelot.
Oh, I don't really know that show a lot.
Oh, it's great. It's a great show.
Everybody's already tuned off.
Great show.
Great show. Great show. Did you find it?
No, I'm trying to find I think it's in the announcements. Hopefully.
What is it, Poodle?
Okay, y'all, our charity this month is Siwa International or Siwa International USA. And it's basically to help the devastating COVID outbreak in India.
yeah.
And basically, it's estimated that over 300,000 people a day are being diagnosed with COVID-19. Think about that. 300,000 people a day. And they have limited access to oxygen. And so Siwa International has emerged as one of the top Indian American charity organizations in the U.S. and has a 100% rating on Charity Navigator. So every dollar raised helps the cause and quite literally save a life.
And we had one of our sissies who, it was their idea they brought forth this charity to us and said, if you raise $1,500, I will match
I will
it.
match $1,500. So that is you guys. If we get to $1,500, she will match that. One of our sissies.
Giving at least $3,000 to that organization.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So Siwa International. That's SEWA International USA. I'm trying to find the link to that. Anyway, go to the Facebook. Go to our Facebook group, the Sissy's Code. We have fun in there.
We do. And if you're not in the Facebook group and still want to give, I'll give you the link and you can give it to the organization.
Just trying to find.
What are you trying to find?
Find the fucking link. To
No,
give it
I'll
to
put the
people.
website in the show notes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. They can just scroll up.
Okay.
Because do you think somebody's driving in their car is going to write www?
I'm gonna write www.siwa.international.
Oh, all right, everybody. Thank you for spending time with us today, and we will
See you later.